What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Ramblin Rebels podcast. This is episode 16.
Yep, 16.
Today we have me, Lee, and Mason Meyer, new addition.
Hi.
So Mason, you're in the journalism class with us, and what's some stuff that you do for the Rebel Express?
Well, for the Rebel Express, I'm the web editor, so I work mostly on fixing the website and all. I do write stories here and there. I don't do cool stuff like y'all, I write the Hubix Pie story,
The Hubix Pie story was a big story.
Yeah, that blew up.
That was huge. So go the Hubix Pie story. Did you like writing that story, or was it kind of like?
So, at first I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like this, but then I put my own little twist to make it goofy, funny, and then so I did like it at the end of the day. And
I think
I love the video that Braden had too.
Yeah, the video was really funny. I think
that
Braden was saying
funny.
he's a genius. But did you like the Hubix Pies? For the people that didn't watch the video or see anything.
Dude, I don't know why y'all hated it.
I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it either. I just thought it was overrated.
It was just average. It was okay. It's a nostalgia thing. Maybe it's because I work at Dunkin'. So I have donuts all the time.
Okay, I can understand that, but you don't have apple fritters at Dunkin'.
Yeah, they do.
Yes, they do.
They do have apple fritters.
That's what I get whenever I
go.
go.
Pies and stuff where it's filled with things. But we had I don't eat apple fritters.
Apple fritters are delicious.
My favorite.
I don't think I've ever had an apple fritter.
Personally, you have 2 on 1 on you right now.
Well, yeah, but Carnival Ball.
What can I say? I love and hate it.
You were demoted this year.
This year I was demoted.
That's upsetting. What happened? What was the story behind it?
So, it's kind of funny. So when I first started, I didn't think, when I first did Carnival Ball, I thought I was just gonna get a Duke or Prince, right? Mm-hmm. So something simple. And then the girl I was walking with, Lakin, she said, "We don't want to get nothing." I'm like, okay. So that night came, and when I saw $17,000. I was baffled and nervous, but it was so fun. Blew my ego up to new heights.
New heights. Brand new heights. New Mason Meyer was spawned that
And
day.
then I came as returning. That's nothing. You just walk out, you stand there and go. You just do that. It's nothing.
Uh-huh.
This year, I wasn't trying to go for king again.
So you were demoted.
Yes.
You went back down to Prince.
I was demoted myself.
You demoted
because first
yourself.
off, if I was king, I wouldn't have a house to live in right now.
True.
Instead, that would have kicked me out.
So I got a question.
What's the question?
What's so hard about being the king for Carnival Ball that you didn't want to do it?
It's everything else. So the gifts and all, and then setting up the after party. So you gotta pick a place, then you gotta rent it out, and then you gotta buy food and all, and it's so much. And
so that's if you were the king, you have to spend a lot of money.
You do have to spend a lot of money on top
of the money that you raised.
Mm-hmm.
See, I did Carnival Ball this year. Last year I was a
usher.
I was an usher.
Yeah, you were opening the door.
I was opening the doors last year. And this year I was a Duke with my cousin Leah.
Mm-hmm.
It was really fun, but we didn't really have to do that much. My mom, the only thing she did besides raise the money was she made all the dessert, which was really good.
So the question is,
was really good.
Is it worth being the king?
It is really worth it. It is fun in the long run of things. It's like, oh man, I gotta do this.
You have
and this.
to do it, but the
outcome is it's so fun. And
so for that, is the after party like a how do I say, a mandatory thing that the king has to set up, or is it just a traditional thing?
It's a traditional thing, I guess, but you kind of have to set it.
It's kind of like ego. It's kind of like peer
people
pressure.
Expect it, so if you don't do it, you're like, what the heck?
Yeah. So, Carnival Ball, that's all very fun, but I know you have a very hot take and very huge opinions on entertainment. So
oh yes,
video games and movies is your 2 big ones, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So which one do you want to tackle first?
Let's tackle movies. Let's tackle movies.
Movies is a big one. I know you said before you came on the podcast something along the lines of this is gonna get me hated or something. Like when I talk about movies, my opinions are so out there.
My
that,
opinions
like,
are out there. You know, I like some bad movies. Like people hate certain movies, and I love them. I'll stick.
I'm
to
not
it.
a big movie guy. No,
You're
do
not?
Do you watch? You watch?
I
a lot of
watch
movies?
a bunch of
All right,
movies.
cool. Well, then you guys.
All right, come on.
you
Let's
guys
go.
talk
Let's
about
go.
your movies.
All right, so have you watched the new Black Panther?
I have. Yes, I loved it.
What did you think about it?
I loved it. It was a very good movie. It's so much better than the first one, and people put the first one in such high praise, but it's not even that good. Michael B.
Honestly,
Jordan as
yeah.
Killmonger was the best part of the movie, and the message was pretty funny. But the second one was so much better. I loved Namor. Namor was the greatest part of it.
See, I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard good things about it. My whole family has watched it. We have it on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah,
I have not had time to watch it yet.
it's very good. I would recommend.
Is there any shows that you watch currently at the moment that?
Shows, no. I mean, Mandalorian does come back today.
Does it?
It does.
You're a big Star Wars
It
guy?
does.
I
does come back.
love Star Wars, man.
I
What's
saw
your favorite
the-
Star Wars movie?
I saw it. The only reason I know Mandalorian comes back today is because I saw Emil posted about it on Instagram.
Hey,
So,
it's the biggest thing, bro. Grogu's back.
Grogu. Also, by the way,
I
you
never
guys
watched
said
The
something-
Mandalorian.
You guys said something yesterday
Mm-hmm.
in band
Yeah.
about how he can't
Oh,
say.
yeah, he cannot say Baby Yoda. They don't want him on contract saying Baby Yoda because they want people to say the child or Grogu. They want him to get away from people.
That's
calling
so
it Baby
crazy.
Yoda.
But he's just like he's Yoda's like race.
It's Yoda's race, and we
alien.
don't know the race of Yoda's kind. But
So that isn't like Yoda?
no. Because we're Mandalorian sent.
It's not actually
Yoda's
Yoda.
dead.
It's
a
after
race.
Yoda died.
Yeah.
Okay, I never watched The Mandalorian yet.
Okay, the really short yellow people with not yellow, the really short green guys.
Yeah, I know.
with the
Yeah, I
ears.
know. That's like a whole race. I
yeah,
thought
a whole
Yoda
race.
was the only one that
It's
was.
very
part of that race.
Yoda was the only one left.
It's very limited. Like there's very few in the
Right.
whole universe.
So they're like sacred. They're trying to
They're
protect them.
sacred.
Yeah.
Yes.
The whole first few episodes of The Mandalorian was about him, like going on a bounty and
to
then
get
finding
it.
the child.
Yes.
Right.
And he's like, "What is this thing?" And then he just takes him along with him, and is like, "It's just a baby."
And
It's
then
like
when-
eating
It's
the
like
slugs
Groot.
and like yeah.
It was eating
This-
this
yeah,
long.
he ate the slugs in the little container and like it was
Okay.
I don't know, it's kind of goofy.
So I'm a big nerd. I like Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, and they have that new show. After I'm done watching The Walking Dead, I'm watching that.
What's the new
It-
show?
Power of the Rings. Yeah,
It's out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's out.
Oh wow.
So
It's on Amazon Prime, right?
the thing is, I always wanted to, and it's funny. I've never gotten around to watch.
You know
Lord
what's
of
a
the Rings.
huge way to get into it?
Hmm.
I never
Watch
like,
The
I mean,
Hobbit.
the Witcher stuff, like Witcher.
No,
I got
not
into
even
that.
The Witcher. Like
Middle Earth. I played.
Middle Earth games. Like
Yeah, no.
if you don't know anything about
I
Lord
played
of the
Middle Earth
Rings,
Shadow War.
Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor
I
are
haven't
two
played
of my
Mordor.
best games of all time. I played Shadow of Mordor first because that was the first one that came out.
Right.
And it only had like 2 little areas, and you were pretty much this guy, like as a part of like the human society for like a certain town, and you were like on the Black Gate, I think it was, or no, I forgot that. I think it was like, it was one of the towns,
I do
and
not
then
remember.
he pretty much it got raided by orcs, controlled by Sauron, and
Oh, man.
he and like everybody died. He died, and then the guy that made the One Ring or whatever, Celebrimbor was his name in the game. He like pretty much possessed him and brought him back to life. And the entire game is about either killing orc captains and war chiefs like in their own ranks. Like you have a whole like political system with the orcs,
Right.
or like possessing them to fight for you, to fight other orcs. It's such a cool game, and like the free roam in it, and like everything is so good. And Shadow of War just gives you like 10 regions, and you can do
Right.
that with so much more stuff. And like that really got me into the thing. And then I ended
awesome.
up reading the Lord of the Rings.
So
Like I
see-
didn't,
You-
I
you
never
read 'em?
watched the movies. I read it.
So see, that's what I want to do, and like you said, Middle Wars. Like The Witcher stuff, I love the Witcher stuff and all.
Medieval video games are
It's
like my
all-
favorite games.
But Lord of the Rings, I just never got into or around to yet. One day my stepdad was watching. I watched a little of it. It's like in the middle of the movie, so it's nothing.
Yeah, everybody.
Before you watch
Gandalf
Lord of the
scene.
Rings,
No, not-
you have to watch all the Hobbits.
The Hobbits come first.
The Hobbits come first, so
I
you
know I
have
need
to
watch
watch
it, but they're
those.
having a new Hobbit movie come out, so I'm probably.
Are they
gonna
really?
wait.
They're also having 2 new Lord of the Rings games coming out.
Are you
Gollum
serious?
and
Really? Oh, I know
Gollum,
Gollum.
and then something else.
What is that? What are they on?
They're gonna be on everything probably, or maybe just
I-
stuck to new gen.
I saw it probably like PS5 and Series X and all the new
Because I've
stuff.
never played one of those games, and I want to just play one.
Shadow
you,
War.
You should play Shadow of War. Shadow of Mordor came first, but Shadow of War literally is just a better. Like it's very rare that a sequel makes the game better, but it really did.
Mordor. From what I hear, I never played it. I only played Shadow of War,
It's-
so I played the sequel. Mordor, I hear, is not that good. but-
It's not as good as the other one, but
Right.
Shadow of War is like infinitely better. Like you can.
There's 10 other regions, you
yeah,
said.
and you can start wars.
You could start
You can have a
wars
war.
with like the elves and dwarves.
No. It's all orcs.
It's all
you're
orcs?
Like the only,
Only
you're
orcs.
like the only human, and you control the
What?
orcs. You put orcs against orcs in a war, and if you could take the entire fortress, you own the region.
Yeah, it's really.
That's
cool. It's
that's
so
awesome.
cool.
And then there's like they introduce like all the animals, like the caragors. That's like the big dog creature.
Yeah.
And then they got like the Graugs, the giant like
Yeah.
claws and everything. They got dragons. You could ride dragons.
You could ride dragons in that game.
Yes, it is
It's,
so cool.
You fight the Balrog, the big thing that Gandalf has to board off on the
Mhm.
bridge.
You shall not
Yeah, where he goes,
pass.
"You shall not pass." You kill that thing pretty much.
It was so
you seal
cool.
it under the ice in like the ice region, and like it's such a cool. That whole game. That's my favorite video game of all
But
time.
yeah, no, that really was. That's what got me to wanting to read Lord of the Rings. But I can't do the movies. I can read it, but the movies are so long.
I
don't
mean,
think can watch
I
them.
think I would just get distracted watching the movie. Like if I could sit down and read the book and like.
I think I would get distracted watching the movies. 'Cause
I think the movies like.
not saying the movies are bad.
I don't watch movies just for the sole reason that I get distracted. Like that's why I don't get big into movies. I always have to be doing something. Like if I'm reading a book, I'll like mess with the page or whatever while I'm reading it.
But
Have something to do.
yeah.
But if I'm trying to do something while I'm watching a movie,
It's hard.
like I'm just kind of sitting there.
That's
So
why
I'm like,
I don't really like watching movies. At
oh, I'm
home
gonna
that
pet my
much.
dog. What happened in the last 30 minutes? Like I don't.
You
remember.
look away and you miss the biggest part. Like, oh man.
I
Yeah.
gotta go back or just not go back at all.
No.
See, that's my thing. If you watch those types of movies, like the Star Wars and the Lord of the Rings, you have to focus.
Yeah.
And
You
if
gotta
you
pay
can't
attention to
focus,
every
you don't
little-
understand.
Well, I could
Every
say
little
I could
detail.
say the original trilogy of Star Wars. You don't really have to focus that much.
Well, that's
'cause they
only
always bring it up.
because-
But if you want to talk about the prequels and the sequels, if you're not paying attention, you won't even know what happened in the last 5 minutes.
Exactly. You're not gonna know what
Right.
happens for the rest of the story if you miss. 5
No.
minutes.
What do you think about like the new Star Wars? Like,
Like,
Oh,
what do you think about Rey?
yeah, Right.
Specifically Rey.
I hated her story. I mean, Rey was cool in some parts, but then that whole last movie, Rise of Skywalker, saying, "Oh, she's a Palpatine clone." or
Yeah.
something.
Dude,
I
would
that
okay.
tripped me out.
So,
why? Okay.
I-
should I watch the newer? Because I think I stopped.
okay.
at
So Force
whenever,
Awakens.
whenever
The
I
Last
think it was
Jedi?
A New Hope. No.
Oh,
What's
you're talking
the
about-
What's the ones before Rey? The last movie before.
Oh, those are the originals. So Star Wars, Return of the Empire.
I watched
mean,
Phantom
Empire
Menace,
Strikes Back and all
Empire
that.
Strikes Back, the next one. I
Oh,
watched.
okay, so it's Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, then Revenge of the Sith.
I watched those.
Okay,
And
then
then I
you watched
watched-
Star Wars. Did you watch the first one?
Like A New Hope.
A New Hope, yeah.
Yeah.
Then you didn't.
I
Watch any of
finished
it?
the whole Luke arc where he killed.
Oh, so
Darth
you
Vader.
finished? Okay, so you finished the first 6. You're talking about the sequels.
Yeah.
Force Awakens is really good. Literally, I think people still give it a little hate, but I think it's the strongest out of this. Well, it's the second strongest out of the sequels. I have a very biased and bad take. People say
What's your take?
I love Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi.
Yes, that's movie number 8.
Noah. I haven't watched it, so you got to give your.
That's
I agree with you. I
the
like it
Hermit
too.
Luke arc.
I like it.
I've seen
is
pictures of
what
Luke
it's
as like
called.
old man.
So people
I like
hate it because well, Luke's like this. He's an old man, and he says he's getting away from the Force, and he doesn't like the Force, and the Force was a snake. But you gotta think. The man spent the first 3 of his movies fighting to save to get revenge on a person who was his dad that he didn't know the whole time.
Yeah.
He thought killed his dad.
Yeah.
So
he kind of like blames it
His
on the
dad
Force.
cut
the
off his
Force
hand.
just like. Huh?
He doesn't
It's a
wanna
good
keep
father-
He doesn't want to keep going.
Father-son moment.
And I mean, you gotta think about it. What they were writing to do with him. So
Who's your favorite Star Wars character? I think
from
honestly,
movies, or am I talking about like books and all?
everything.
Oh, Mace Windu easily.
Mace Windu.
Yeah.
Why?
Dude, Mason Windu is so cool. I mean, in the movies, he's even cooler. It's Samuel L. Jackson right there.
Samuel L. Jackson. But like, I mean, like story of the character. Like, I think Anakin has the richest story of like.
Anakin does have the richest story with all that going on.
I watched. What was the show?
Look,
it was the first episode was a Samurai Jedi.
Oh, Star Wars Visions. I love
Visions.
Star Wars
It was so.
Visions.
I love the first like episode. That was so cool.
Right.
Like in the black and white style, and he's just.
Oh
like-
yeah, no. And then the rest of it was all cool. It's made by all these big companies.
Yeah.
And then in season 2, people do Willis and Grummus.
So what would you say is
episode.
like? I know the Fallen Order game. That was a good game.
Oh,
I really
so
liked that
good.
game. They're coming out with a second one.
Survivor?
It's. No, have you ever played it?
Play what?
It's Star Wars Jedi. It's where you play
Fallen
this
Order.
redhead guy, and pretty much
No, I've never played that.
it's Dark Souls.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Dark Souls, but you're a Jedi and you have a lightsaber and
Not
you
as
fight a
hard.
bunch of
Okay.
creatures and people.
Alright.
And you go through like the tests and the big like temples, and then you have tests to unlock new stuff like wall runs and.
The biggest
whatever.
game I probably played would probably be Assassin's Creed. I played like a lot
I
of
love that
those.
game.
Oh, I like that series. You know.
Okay.
I like
I
the
didn't like the-
Ragnarok
I didn't
one.
like
The
the
Ragnarok
hot
one
take. I
is
have a
good.
huge hot
Oh,
take
let's
right
hit
now.
the hot take.
I think that as a game, not considering the specific Assassin's Creed style, I think Odyssey
Okay.
is the best Assassin's Creed game to ever exist.
It is. It is.
Not like the style. of old
Gameplay,
Assassin's
yes, I would say
Creed.
gameplay. Story, I would still give it to the first two.
Story also, I think the story of Valhalla is really good.
I
think
have never
Valhalla
played
has one of the
Valhalla. I've
best
never played
stories.
Valhalla, so I can't give my opinion here.
The Viking one has like, I think it has one of the best stories. Only because of the fact that the entire thing is solely based around like, the entire Viking age, and it's all like getting revenge for this
Oh,
guy.
yeah,
He
that's
took
like-
your honor.
yeah, that
This guy's
sounds
last
so
name
cool.
gets
Yeah.
exterminated, and like.
But I haven't got around to play. I have it.
Also, the combat, if they would polish up some of the glitches, and like how if you do an execute, it like kind of like misses completely, but the animation still goes on and it looks kind of goofy, then like, if they were to polish stuff up like that, then it would be
Oh,
the best
yeah,
combat of all
easily.
time.
I still think Odyssey has the best. Like gameplay standpoint, Odyssey's my favorite.
Odyssey is very good. I really enjoyed like how, because there's certain bosses in the Valhalla game where they're
Mhm.
like witches or like dead witches or something like that, like
Yeah.
dead soldiers, and you go to their graves and you
Yeah, I
roast
know what
them,
you're talking about.
and then you fight them, and they have like magic, like some has fire, one has ice, one has poison. And,
Alright.
like, it's like really cool, like little side bosses, and they have so much to do after you're done in the game. Like when the game ends, everything's different, but it all plays the same. Like you know how you're in a simulation?
Yeah.
You're not the person you were when you started. Like, but you're still the same character in the simulation.
So,
Pretty
so
much.
when the story ends, that's where the simulation ends. But the rest, I'm just playing.
It's just
Right.
freelance play.
So when you're in the simulation, it's like okay, in the simulation and out the simulation, two different people, right? You got Eivor in the simulation, and you got I forgot her name outside of the simulation. She goes in the thing, turns into Eivor.
Okay.
Okay, so once you get out of the thing, there's a part in the game where it like breaks the fourth wall, like from the simulation.
Oh, okay.
And you, the girl in the bed that goes into the simulation, changes. It's a completely different person. And they still play Eivor, though.
Okay, I see.
So they're still Eivor, but the person that is playing Eivor is different.
But that person's related to Eivor too. Because
No, not at all.
Well, then how does that work? Because in the
It's
lore of
so
Assassin's
weird,
Creed,
dude. It's so weird.
you have to be related to that person, and you get those memory.
It's so strange, but like it's such a good. I love the Assassin's Creed game. I read the book; it was so good. Like I got a little book from a book fair like forever ago, and it was really good. But I also have not played 1, 2, and 3. I haven't played Black Flag either. I just think I have not played Black Flag. Nope. Or
Bro,
Origins.
those.
No Black Flag, no Origins. I think Assassin's Creed because they still have good like stealth and everything. It's just better combat. In my opinion.
I'm gonna change the topic.
Yeah, get away from the nerd
Let's
stuff.
get away from the nerd
Let's stop talking about nerd
stuff.
stuff. We
All
talk
right.
about it too much.
Are y'all hyped up for prom?
I'm not going.
I'm not going to prom either.
Personally, I am not going. I've made my mind up in the past 24 hours that I have changed my mind.
You're not going to prom mania either?
Okay, I will okay, if I don't have to go to the dance, I will go to prom mania.
You
But
don't.
I'm not sure how that works.
Okay, so I'm skipping out of prom, man. I don't know. It's not that fun. It's boring. Prom mania is the best part because you get to go have games and win prizes.
Yeah.
And
I've never been before to either.
So I went to prom in my first prom, 10th grade year. Usually you can't go 10th grade year. You only go 11th, 12th.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
did
go with-
too because
You
I
go
went with
if
my
you
sister.
date. So I did. I went. And the first one I had fun with.
At prom itself.
At prom. The second one, I mean.
Last year?
Yeah, last year. It was fun, but it
Yeah,
wasn't
It was a...
I think it's what you make it.
Yeah, no, that's true. Because I was having fun just going out, and when certain songs came on, I go out and dance, have fun. And other
I'm
people
not.
would
See,
talk
I'm not
about
that kind of person. I'm the kind of person to just sit back and talk to a bunch of people. Like this. This is right up my alley. Just
I
sitting
mean,
there
you
talking
could
to
do
people.
that there, but I mean, that's the lame part,
I know.
really.
That's what I'm saying. So like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like if I have something to do, like playing games.
I don't know. They had good snacks.
So what's the deal with prom mania? Like if you let's say for anybody listening, they don't want to go to prom like me, and they just want to go to prom mania. How do you go about
So prom mania is, I know, it's at midnight.
that? Oh, that's fine. I don't
To
care.
2 in the morning.
I got.
But
so
all
many
you're
monsters.
doing is you're playing games. And while you're playing these games, you get stamps. And once you get enough stamps, you get a stack of tickets, right?
Uh-huh.
Put your names on your tickets, and there's a whole bunch of prizes. And you put tickets in those buckets,
Jeremy.
and then you get a route.
Jeremy
Sorry,
or
Mike.
Jeremy or Cleo or someone from ever ago got a PlayStation.
Yeah,
like
they
someone
had
else got like an
PlayStation.
Oculus Quest. I
Mhm.
think
They had that.
Last year, I won a really nice
The
watch.
question
They
is,
really did.
how many people go to prom mania? So what is your chances to actually win?
Okay.
And if you play from nonstop from midnight till everybody else,
So,
because I know
wait,
at some point everybody.
No,
just stops.
you were there last year, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Carly
so
Ogeron won everything.
She kept starting to win everything. So your chances, if you do enough and you spread out, you don't want to put it in one bucket because if it's something that big, other people go for it. But if you spread them out, you have a higher chance of getting a prize.
Like spread them out. So there's separate buckets for
So
separate
there's-
prizes.
Yes.
Buckets for main prizes, and you got buckets over here for smaller prizes. You can ask Noah last year. Like I was winning
What is the
small
smaller
prizes. They
Yeah.
could be anything. I don't know what they are this year.
I
Last
won
year-
a,
Is it like a bag of candy? Or
No,
is it
no, it's like
No, I won a Bath and Body Works
aviator
set.
shades, a headset, a laundry set.
So it's just something that isn't.
as
a
big.
console.
Well,
Yeah.
it's usually not always console. It's grand prize, but it's not as big as the grand prize.
Okay, so what were some examples of the grand prizes?
A grand prize?
Yeah, the big ones.
The watch I won. There was a 72-inch TV. There was a PlayStation.
Mini fridge.
Mini fridge.
Mini fridge.
I'm looking for that mini fridge.
There was
I
a
don't know
um.
if we're doing mini fridge. There's a coffee maker that's coming up.
There was a big
Coffee
fishing
maker,
set.
A really nice, a nice fishing set. So it's like
Mm,
there's
yeah.
something for everyone.
So
there
it's
for
how
grand
does it? How do
prizes.
they work? Is it like donations, or is it? Because
I think it is.
I
I
think
think
so-
it's donations. Is it not?
Well, my mama runs it, so I can tell you.
Okay.
They buy it. They buy it.
They just straight up buy.
They
it.
buy it.
So they don't get any donations.
They do get donations. They fundraise, but they buy it. They buy all those prizes. They buy the games there.
And where does the money come from?
They
Does
must
come
buy
from
it on
Carnival
Black
Ball,
Friday.
Or does it come from?
I ain't buying that on a good day.
Well, we do on Black Friday. We do go get the prizes. It makes it easier.
Yeah.
So the prizes we have in like months advance. We have them. In
So
the
you
storage.
have them picked out already. But you don't know.
I don't know them,
Your
but
mom
yes,
does.
my mama and all them,
Okay.
they all know what the prizes are.
That's a good sale. Go to Black Friday shopping
They
just for a
all-
bunch
Yeah.
of random
They
stuff.
literally,
Fishing
I
gear,
remember,
coffee maker.
I remember I was getting ready for school. And my mom was like, "All right, I'll see you. I'm going to Black Friday." I'm like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah, I got to go get the prize for prom mania." It's like, "Oh, that's actually pretty smart."
Yeah, that's true.
I really want to win like a new gaming console.
The one thing
Usually, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna have a console there this year.
The one thing that I would
People really
want
didn't
to
go for the
win.
consoles like multiple times last time. They went for the
Mhm.
other stuff, so I think
Well-
that's why they kind of pulled away from the consoles.
I know.
that's okay.
They like-
but
they have
there's a
lapped-
new generation coming up where
Is
we know too much about video games.
We talked about
just sat
video
here
games for
talking
just
for,
like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we just sat here talking for 10 minutes straight
30
now.
minutes about
Yeah,
video games.
exactly. So I mean, personally, the only thing I'm really like, I made the money from working to buy my computer, so I built my computer. I have a PS5. I got the PS5 before the computer for like last Christmas, not this past one, but the last one. And then I built my computer, and now really all I just want is like a VR. Like if they have any
VR?
kind of VR there,
I beat you.
I mean,
I have
yeah, you
Oculus
did.
Quest too.
Yeah,
That was really fun. I bought Oculus Quest too because I saw.
but then again, PSVR 2 seems to be coming up, and I have a PS5, so that's pretty much the. I don't really use it. Like the only thing I would really use it for is the VR. So it only makes
A
sense
PS5?
to get
I'll
that.
buy it off your hands.
Yeah. Buy it off of me. Oh my
can't
god.
find
Why do you not use your PS5?
My
So he has
computer.
his PC.
My computer is
Your PC,
significant.
you can. I mean, PS5s and Xbox Series X, they're made.
Okay, the only main thing that I would say is a giant gap between computers and regular consoles is that you can change two things. You could change your parts like as they get better. So like they just came out with a 49. I have a 3080 in my computer.
Oh, you have a
graphics
3080?
card. Yeah,
They came with
a
the
base
4090.
3080. They came out with the 40 series. So it's like 4090, 40 whatever. And that all that does pretty much is make your thing run better. So
Right.
when that goes on sale, you could buy it and just take it out, open the thing,
You-
unscrew the
Screw
thing,
it.
put it in, screw it back, and then you got a better part. Like that's it.
It really.
Dude, y'all are
is.
hitting your mics today.
Yeah,
I
hit
know,
my-
I've
hit
been
the
hitting
microphone. It's upsetting me. I'm sorry, microphone. But you know, it's I just don't. I don't know. And then you can also change like the graphics on games. Like if you play an old game, if I play Shadow Mortal on my computer,
Yeah.
Right.
you can make it look like a brand new AAA.
You
game.
can.
Really?
Yes, it is so much better, and it runs great because it's an old game. So it's not meant to run on really good
But-
stuff. But when you put it on a really good
Ye-
thing and then you up the graphics that much, it makes it run just like a
I
AAA.
gotta hand it to the consoles because at this point with looking at the PS5 and the Series X, they're basically have PC parts in them. They
almost.
they
I mean, I
almost,
would,
but they're technically like they wanted to make them to where you don't have to buy a PC, you can still be on the console, but we're
Yeah.
gonna give you PC stuff.
I think
basically.
PC is the money saving way to go. Even though it
PC
costs more money, it lasts
PC
you
does
much
cost more money, but in the long run you'll have it more and long, and then
Right.
you can use a PC for anything.
longer. And then only like I could pay $80 right now and make my computer run twice as fast.
Yeah.
Like it just like simple upgrades will make it significantly better.
Speaking of jobs, like, what are y'all working on with y'all jobs and stuff like right now?
So I work at Dunkin'.
Right.
And I work in the mornings on weekends. Right now I'm stuck on mornings on weekends. I'm the one that takes the order at the speaker, so I have pretty much. I don't want to say I have the most important job.
But you stand
You got the
there,
hardest
But-
job.
and then if you get the order wrong, they yell at you at the window.
Yeah. Pretty much. Like I have the easiest job to mess up,
Right.
and like the most like complicated job. I
So
guess.
it's
'Cause
the
everyone-
hardest job.
I feel the coffee makers have the compliment.
No. Everyone follows a set formula for things. So coffee, if we put regular cream, regular sugar, depends on the size. If it's a small, it gets 2. If it's a medium, it gets 3. There's a set formula. But
Right.
when you're order taking, you have to talk to someone and try to like understand what they want.
Right.
And like correct them if they say something wrong. Like if they say, "Oh, I want a hot coffee, I want cream and sugar, but I want almond milk."
You gotta make
Do
sure.
you want to replace the cream for almond milk? Like, are you lactose intolerant? Do you want to replace like it's simple things like that that people don't understand that they're saying, and I mean, I'm more happy that people don't know what they're ordering. That means they don't show up here often. That means they have a normal life where they're not addicted to fast food. As much as it pains me and pains my paycheck, the less people show up, the happier I really am. I mean, I'm not as busy either way. I mean, I'm getting paid a set wage, so like, if I'm there, I'm getting paid, pretty much. That's I don't. If I take a nap, I take a nap.
What about you, Mason? What do you do?
Right now, I got nothing, but I've been really focusing on school and all. I gotta get ready for college and stuff.
Yikes. College. Do you have anything like saved up? Like, have you done jobs before?
Oh yeah, I've done jobs before. I have money saved up ready to start going for college. Oh yeah, no, I've been.
Because you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I want to go to a party. Let me just dip in my savings fund. Let me go to this party. I want to go get Chick-fil-A. Let me dip into this one.
I'm not gonna get on that up top.
Oh, we can change it to food. What are we at right now? Yeah, we're at 30 minutes. Let's change it to food.
Oh lord.
Let's
Chick-fil-A sucks. How do I say this?
Chick-fil-A sucks.
Oh boy, it's overrated.
Really?
I want a chicken sandwich. I'm going to Popeyes.
Honestly,
Popeye's chicken sandwich was the first chicken sandwich to be hot.
chicken sandwich is the best chicken sandwich.
Yeah,
and
It was the hottest chicken sandwich in like 2019.
The hottest?
The hottest,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I mean.
It's still one of the best that, bro, ever go to Popeyes. I see it like,
The problem is
Laplace.
the Laplace Popeyes has a very long and tedious line.
oh. Okay, that is the bad part. But if you
It's-
go inside,
it's-
you
have
does
to-
go faster.
That is true. But also, it tends to... When you go inside, you just have to sit. You just have to sit there and eat it. Because when we went for leadership camp for band,
Oh yeah, we sat there and ate it.
we sat in Popeyes and it was so much better. But when you have to like wait there, it's like 20-minute wait. The problem is I placed a mobile order for everywhere that we have gone for leadership camp. When we went, I always got my food last. No matter where I placed the mobile order, mine came out last. Chick-fil-A, Popeyes. Where else did we go? Subway. I didn't place a mobile order for
No,
Subway.
Subway, you just go in and you were just last in line.
It was.
No.
What else did we go?
No, that was
We went to one more place.
No, because he ordered pizza one day.
Oh yeah, and then it was pizza, and then Friday I don't even think we ate Friday, but yeah, it's like yeah. Friday was whenever the newbies came in, but yeah. I mean, I honestly Popeyes has a better chicken sandwich than anywhere else. So
I think Popeyes just had a better chicken.
honestly, yeah, probably.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
So Mason, we've been bringing this up for a while, and we've been dropping the hint that we want to go very badly.
It opened today.
It
opened
opens
today.
Joe's,
It opened
whatever
today.
It's called Joe's.
Johnny's.
The replacement
Johnny's?
Sicily's.
From what I hear, it's not Sicily's though. It's not.
It's an Italian buffet from what I've done.
I didn't hear it was a buffet. If it's a buffet, I don't know. Someone told me they have peach pizza. Like it's a dessert pizza.
Okay.
Sicily's
Like a
had
peach
something
cobbler
similar.
pizza?
Did it just have peaches on the pizza?
A peach flavor, they said. I don't know. I don't really like.
I could see that. It's like a peach cobbler or something like
Maybe.
that. Like a
I wouldn't eat it personally. That's not me. But
Personally, I wouldn't.
we're gonna close this episode off right here. They open today. Maybe we can head there one day. Just to check it out.
Ramblin Rebels on the road.
Yeah, Ramblin Rebels on the road.
Soon to come.
Make a vlog about it. But thank you guys for listening to this episode. This is the closing for episode 16, and I hope you all have a great day.
Peace.